Before starting my speech, I will show the roadmap. Affirmation, advantage, underview. Affirmation, advantage, underview in this order.
そしたら他のスピーチしていきます。
Yeah. Okay, I will start now. Affirmation, eight-point decision rule. 1. The government has a duty to make the society as ideal as much as possible. 2. For example, by collecting tax and utilizing it, the government can make the society better. 3. Actual decision rule. If introducing compulsory voting has the possibility to lead a better society, you should vote for the affirmative. Basic point, supporting policy. 1. The government should not take any supporting policies towards specific company or religious group because it causes bad effects to the whole nation. 2. The first reason is it deteriorates the free competition, and because of this, the benefits which society can receive will decrease. 3. The second reason is it violates the free choice. For example, even if you like the Toyota car, if the government takes the supporting policy like a subsidy toward Nissan, you have to pay the money to Nissan because this subsidy comes from our tax. See subpoint ideal situation. 1. Voting is a very important factor in determining the national policy, and it cannot be achieved without the cooperation of the people, like through the obligation of taxation, education, and labor. 2. If almost all people go to voting, the politician incentive to show the supporting policy toward a specific organization vote will decrease, so as to win the election. This is the ideal situation if we consider the basic point. 3. However, the reality is not so. Initially, from each individual's perspective, one voting effect is very low and no possibility to affect the whole result. Because of it, many people abstain the election. This is called the prisoner's dilemma. 4. As a result, the negative spiral occurs, in which the more people abstain from the election, the more organizations vote which support a politician who will take the supporting policy towards specific organization becomes significant. And because of it, people lose the incentive to go to vote more and more. To prove this point, please look at affirmative evidence number 1. Please read that by partners one. The latest one. Underline sentences. As a result, the politician takes a specific policy towards specific organization. 6. To catch up the gap between the ideal and reality, we suggest introducing compulsory voting. Disappoint plan, mandate. 1. Shall introduce the compulsory voting in which imports the fine to non-voters to necessary adjustment. Next goes to advantage. Eighth point inherently. 1. The Japan voter turnout is only 56%. Which is because more people think the voting is a cost compared to the other countries, because of many aspects like showing in affirmation is a point. To prove this point, please look at affirmative evidence number 2. Disappoint impact. 1. The possibility that the politicians show the supporting policy toward a specific organization will increase, and it deteriorate the whole society benefit. Disappoint solvency. 1. The voting rate will increase immediately and keep stable more than 90%, because the cost for not voting more than out voting. To prove this point, please look at affirmative evidence number 3 and highlighted sentences. Professor Hill and other researchers Johnson reports that compulsory voting is the only way to increase the rate to 90%. 2. After plan situation, we'll get to the ideal situation. Close apply the affirmation C subpoint. Then next goes the underview. A subpoint free choice. 1. The freedom should be restricted when it harms others. 2. For example, government imposed tobacco tax because smoking harms others. 3. Cross apply the upper vote. Because of non-voter, the supporting policy will be made up. So this can be the justification of limiting free choice not to vote. B subpoint counterplan or minor repair. 1. All policy without the compulsory voting, which try to increase the voting rate, is illogical because even if who is non-voter, the tax burden for conducting policy is imposed to the whole nation, which including the voters. 2. Therefore, the both adoption is the best policy. Firstly, we collect the money from non-voter by the compulsory voting and use that money for the counterplan or minor repair. C subpoint preemption. 1. They may say supporting policy has a good aspect like growing good company or something. 2. However, if specific company has a good points, without the governmental support, the company will win the competition and people will naturally choose the product or invest in it. Therefore, no need to take the supporting policy. 3. At least, if the supporting policy has a good aspect and bad aspect, abolishing is better because it costs tax burden. 4. Moreover, they mention in after plan the quality of policy will decrease or something. 5. However, that's irrelevant because since it is impossible to find the perfect policy for all nations, naturally seeking their own interests by the individual is the desirable state. 6. Since Japan adopts the indirect democracy, the ideal situation is to create a policy in societies that reflect more and more citizen want. And this is the way to achieve the greatest happiness by the greatest number. Hence, we will introduce the compulsory voting. D subpoint, after plan situation. 1. After introducing compulsory voting, the people's political knowledge will increase. There are 2 reasons. Firstly, because of the increasing the demand for the political content on TV or education about the voting in schools, the amount of contents that can be learned about the politics will increase. Secondly, simply by continuing to go to the elections, experience and the knowledge increase. 2. At least, even people has the less political knowledge, they can make the right choice, which is called the heuristics. To prove this point, please look at the affirmative evidence number 4. Underlying sentences. Sure.
Firstly, as for affirmation.
Okay.
Affirmation D subpoint. So you show that example like the free choice or something.
Free choice. Yes, yes, yes.
Toyota, Nissan.
Yes, yes, yes.
Then why you can say under the status quo such free choice is deteriorated? Maybe under the status quo we can also choose Toyota car or under Nissan car.
Oh, what we want to say is that anyway, that like if the government take the support policy like by the subsidy, then the subsidies come from our tax, right? So
yes,
even
yes.
I like a Toyota car, but if the government support that Nissan, like specifically,
then
such subsidy goes to the Nissan, right?
Then under the status quo, why you can say such situation good power?
Because of the
under the status quo we can choose Toyota car or the Nissan car or something, right? In such a situation,
yeah.
why
can choose, but anyway, such subsidy anyway goes to the Nissan. Such kind of situation could be occur.
Why you can say so? Under the status quo, even if voting rate is low, such a situation never occur, right?
Sorry.
So maybe for example your A support inherently voting rate is low, then the support for specific group are happening or something. Then, however, under the status quo we can choose freely like the car or something. Then why you can say, what is the urgency to introduce compulsory voting?
What we are trying to say is that because of the situation is voluntary, close apply our evidence number one. Like some people are like people think that both.
Okay, I change my question.
Okay.
Then about the affirmation B subpoint, you also show the first reason, like the free competition is deteriorated or something.
Yes.
Then so under the status quo, why you can say so? That's because under the status quo there are many kinds of for example, shampoo there is a many kind of shampoo in this world. Then why in such situation free competition is deteriorated? Why you can say so under the status quo situation? Why you can say free competition is deteriorated in under the status quo situation?
Because the government has the incentives to support the specific company. Because of such incentive, such free market is deteriorating.
Then, for example, there are many kinds of shampoo or something in the Japanese market. In such situation, why you can say free competition is deteriorating? Okay. About the underview.
Okay.
Then about this upon you show the after situation or something. Then first reason is demand is increase or something like.
Yes.
Then you show the television or the TV contents or something. Why after plan status quo non-voters naturally learn such kind of voting?
Since they made the voting compulsory.
Just making voting compulsory leads to such situation.
Because
right.
they will need to
Okay.
go vote and they need to reflect opinions.
About advantage, so this advantage content itself is completely supported by the affirmation logic.
To some extent, yes.
Okay.
Preparation method